welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. I'm out of breath. We are your hostesses, Brookie and
Beck. Good morning.
Also known as Beckers. There, I did it. Okay. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You know, I knew it was Halloween all morning, and then we sat down to record, and it slipped my mind until right now. So that's fun. Today's episode that's out is our fun little Halloween book tag. People are going to hear this next week, and they'll be like, what? Happy Halloween. Yeah, it's Halloween, guys, right now while we're recording.
Ooh,
fun.
So many fun things to do.
Love a spooky day.
This is a spooky weekend.
Yeah,
We had a lot going on this whole weekend.
Spooktastic. So, Becky.
Yes,
Sorry, I forgot
ma'am.
whether or not I wanted to call you Beck or Becky, as
It's
you can
okay.
tell.
You call me whatever you want to.
Beckaroo. Beck. Yeah, okay. So, how are you?
Doing great.
That's great. How was your weekend?
Fabulous.
I'm glad.
so many fun things.
What'd you do? Tell me.
So let me think.
No.
Saturday, we did something. Oh, we went to Southern Belle Farm with my brother and his kids.
Oh, yeah. I saw
Oh,
your
that was no, that was
pictures.
Sunday.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
we
but
didn't do anything Saturday. I feel like I did though.
you went to work?
I did go to work.
Blech.
I got off at 11.
Oh,
So
That's okay,
thankful
'cause I
to our
wasn't
boss.
there.
Yeah. I have stayed late the last 2 Saturdays, and then I came in early Wednesday, and she said, I'm not even going to ask you to stay late on Saturday, so she got me out of there. I really do feel like I did something Saturday. Anyway, I guess it's not important. Sunday, I went to Southern Belle Farm. Yesterday, I went trunk-or-treating with the girls at my church. And then today, I'm taking them trunk-or-treating to a coworker's church. I think I mentioned before, Ella was Coraline.
yes.
And Emma was a hippie. And then I'm a Hufflepuff.
Y'all were all so cute. And standing in front of the corn.
Yes.
That's
And,
what I saw pictures of.
Yeah, from Southern, that's right, Southern Belle Farms to my brother. And so I posted a picture of me and the girls, but on Happily Booked, I just posted literally 10 minutes ago, Happy Halloween.
Oh, okay.
With the girls and me in our costumes. So
Funny.
what did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Oh, yeah. Saturday, we went to a drift event. It was only an hour away. And Austin, you know, the Sideways Sheriff, our number one sponsor guy, he won last year's competition. So this year, all year, with this drifting association, he gets in free at events. So he was like, well, it's only an hour south, and I get in free. And so like all he had to pay was $20 for me as a spectator. And so we went to that, and it was fun. A lot of people we knew went, and people dressed up. Our friends were Shaggy and Velma. It was cute.
Oh, they
I took a picture. Yeah, I took a picture with my friend who was Velma, and she was wearing a lot of orange, and I was wearing a lot of orange because I was an inmate. And it was really funny. I had taken just a selfie and posted it, and somebody swiped up on the story and was like, for a second, I thought that was an orange jumpsuit. And so then I was like, well, it is.
Wait, where did you post that?
It was on Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
I know.
That's
I
weird.
know.
Awkward.
And I did end up posting just me and Austin posing on my Instagram story. So I'm sure you
Okay.
saw that at some point. But yeah, after she said that, I had my friend take a picture of the back, is where it says like state prison inmate or something.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm in a jumpsuit. That's my costume.
What did they think it was on second thought?
I guess they just thought I was just wearing an orange shirt with like, I had a white long sleeve underneath, and I thought that went well with it, with my look that I was going for. My questionable, shady look.
Your aesthetic.
My aesthetic. It was funny though. She
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
"Oh, for a second I thought that was an orange jumpsuit," and I was like, "LOL, it is." That was funny though. So that's all we did on Saturday, and then yesterday we had a few hours. It was really funny. Like, we don't normally have a lot of chill time lately. We're constantly just been busy, or like I have to edit, and he has to do something outside or whatever. For like 3 hours, we had nothing to do. And so he just like played video games, and I just sat on the couch and read. And we were like silent for 3 hours. It was dead silent in this house, which is normally not the case.
Right.
And the dogs and the cat were asleep.
Wow.
The bird wasn't chirping.
That's-
It was silent.
Did you enjoy your reading?
It was nice, yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I always feel sad every week when you're like, I didn't have time to read this week.
Oh, it's been very dreary all day, though.
Yeah,
it's been quite the Halloween.
It has been a really good
day.
Halloween
Yeah.
vibe. I actually thought about that yesterday because it was kind of drizzly yesterday. And I was like, man, this is like how horror shows start.
I know.
And Emma goes, Mom, we're not even to the car yet. Can you wait?
Can you wait until we're in the vehicle and the vehicle is locked? So guess what, Becky?
Yes, ma'am, what?
We finally have a question for our Q&A. So I'm going to insert that segment now, I guess, at the beginning.
Sounds good.
So
I'm excited.
Time for a question. This question's going to come from my dear friend Katie Keys. I can just hear her now listening to this going, oh my God, that's me! I'm going to just read her message, okay? Hey, Brooke and Beck, smiley face. I did have some questions for y'all, but first I just wanted to share some thoughts. First of all, I really enjoy listening to y'all each week. Makes my Monday a lot less Monday-ier. I really enjoy the conversations about books, but also about the two of you. I had never really listened to a pod/bookcast before your show, but I have discovered I really enjoy just listening to the two of you, whether it be your banter or your book talk. I used to read a lot in my younger days, and I can honestly say Brooke, parentheses, sorry Beck, has been way to call us out, has been a huge encouragement for me to start reading more frequently. Well, she actually harasses me. This is true. That's probably why she said sorry you, because you're not harassing her. But encouragement was a kinder word. Just here to give my my worthless opinion as always, but keep up the great work. It is appreciated by many and a great way to shut your mind off for an hour or so and not have to worry about life. I never thought Brooke would make me laugh as much as she does. Don't be lying. But I think the cast really brings out a lot in her. Beck, you're perfect. Always have been, never change. Okay, now for my cues. Okay. If you could travel anywhere in the world, somewhere you have never been, where would you go? What would you want to do? And who would you take with you?
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. You can go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, we're answering live on the podcast, so we haven't even given any of this any thought.
Some place that I want to go but haven't been. I don't know how I discovered this, Wales. In Wales, they have these caverns. You know, like people used to go spelunking in them. And now they're set up, they have like slides and trampolines.
That sounds so fun.
Inside these caves. And also you can, I think, at the same place they have zip lining.
Ooh.
Not in the caves, but it's in the same park thing. I want to go there. I wanted to go there now for 4 or 5 years. I don't remember how long ago it's been since I found it. I would love to go there. And who I'd want to go with, I always imagine myself just going with my kids.
Yeah.
I think that
they're
they would have a great time. Yeah. They're not going to go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, that would be really fun. I don't know where I would want to go. I mean, I want to go like pretty much everywhere, but specifically, I'm not giving it much thought. I think it would be really nice to go to either Ireland or Scotland or both.
Yeah.
I really want to go to one of those countries. And I just think it'd be nice to see the castles and stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And like maybe ride horses while you're there. I think that'd be really fun. That's always been something I would really like to do. I mean, I want to go like pretty much everywhere there. Like I want to go to Australia too. Heck, I want to go to Canada. I ain't never been to Canada.
I've been to Canada.
I do want to go to Europe.
I've been to Paris once.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada. I've been to Nepal and India. I saw Singapore's airport and Japan's airport.
Ooh, yeah.
I wouldn't have minded exploring a little bit, but we were just in there for layovers. So I've been places that are really cool.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it. Traveling is fun. And I heard one time when I was younger that you should try to do stuff like that before you get married and have children. Because once you get married and have children, your priorities change. And the likelihood of getting to do something fun like that goes slimmer. It grows slimmer. But now I will say that I went to India and Nepal because of my dad. And so he got to go and he had 6 kids. So it's not necessarily that you won't get to do fun things. Yeah. But it's less likely.
Yeah. I mean, your kids will and should always be a priority regardless of how you travel.
I'd love to go back to Nepal and take my girls.
Yeah.
But that's because that's where their family is. And I'd like them to meet their family.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you at all. I bet they'd really like getting thrown back into that culture.
I think that they would enjoy it more than they think they would. Yeah.
And my travel buddy is always Austin, typically.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
he should be.
Yeah. So typically, like every time I think of going anywhere, it's going to be with Austin. I would like to travel more with my sister.
Ooh.
That would be really fun.
And it's cool that you guys are still young and don't have kids.
Yeah.
Because you can do something fun like that.
Yeah. let's see. She has a few more questions.
Okay.
What book did you read in your life that was a turning point for you to become an avid reader? What did you like about it? Note, it does not necessarily have to be your favorite book. Ooh, good question. Oh, man. A turning point. A turning point. Oh, I don't know. I hate feeling like I don't have like that huge dramatic moment where it was like, oh, I'm in love now with books. I've always sort of enjoyed reading, though. My favorite book as a kid, though, this is what I think about when somebody asks me a question like this, was just a book called How to Disappear Completely and Never Be Found, but it's like a middle grade, and it was about this kid is growing up but doesn't know who her dad is. Oh. But it's because her dad's like quote unquote disappeared.
Oh.
But one day and her mom and her go to the small town where they grew up, where her parents had gotten married and where she got pregnant with her. Mm-hmm. And they go there for some reason. I don't know why. I don't remember. I think they like obtained a house in a will or something. And she starts to find these weird comic books about like this rat person and stuff. And it was just really fun to read. And that's always been my favorite book when I was younger. And I don't know. That's such a hard question. I remember reading Twilight, the whole Twilight series over and over and over again because I was like, this is so good. That's such a hard question to answer. I guess a real turning point, though, was probably just like last year or the year before when I actually started to want to hunker down and read a lot. Like an obsessive person.
Not hunker down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would read maybe a couple of books a year. And then one day, I think, you know what, I'm just going to say it. I think it was Harry Potter. I think it was.
You know, it's funny, I thought that about you.
Because I remember somebody I used to work with, they were telling me, they were like, Harry Potter's so good, you've got to read Harry Potter. And I remember thinking that, what is Harry Potter? Why do I need to read it? This is so lame, this is so weird. And then I was like, you know what? She's probably right. I'm going to give it a try. I bet they'd be really good books. Everybody loves them for a reason. Let's see. And so I got the box set for Christmas, and then I read all of them, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in it to win it now. I want to read everything. So I actually think it may have been Harry Potter for me.
That's funny. For me, my mom always made reading like it was a priority. Or I don't know if priority is the right word, but she read to us when we were babies.
Yeah.
And she read to us when we were little. We always had the Dr. Seuss books.
Oh, yeah.
Pop on Pop, Are You My Mother, Go Dog Go, to name a few of our favorites. And she reads to my girls too. Always has. And I remember reading Nancy Drew. My brothers read Hardy Boys. Mm-hmm. I think we read the Boxcar Children, the American Girl book. We always were at the library, and we did the summer reading program. And one year I won tickets to see The Secret Garden at the Fox.
Ooh.
And I received the book, a copy of the book, and read it. Somehow I ended up with 2 copies. I think I already had a copy, and then they gave me one.
That's nice.
And gosh, my mom got us the Babysitter Club books, and they would come like 3 a month or something. And the first thing we would do is go to my room, and all 3 of us girls would lay on my bed, and I would read it to them out loud.
Oh, precious.
And then when we got older, we had to read things like Pride and Prejudice, or my brother had to read Huckleberry Finn. And I remember my sister asking me to read it, and I would read it, and we read it like 8 different times.
Yeah.
And then my brother asked me to read Huckleberry Finn for him because he would rather listen to me read, and just stuff like that. Like, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed reading out loud to them. I enjoyed reading for myself. I used to read mysteries because my mom read mysteries, and I still really enjoy mysteries. And I would stay up all night to finish it. I remember staying up to like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and then going to school the next day. Like that, that used to be my life. I loved reading, and I think somewhere in college I lost that.
Yeah.
Just because you have to do so much reading for school, and then I was a theater major.
It turns you off of it.
And I wouldn't say it turned me off, but you just I lost focus, like as far as reading, because I was reading for class. Like that Edgar Allan Poe book, I bought that in college, and I read that, but like I had to read the Odyssey, I had to read the Iliad. So I was already reading anyway, and because I was taking writing classes and English classes, and I was a theater major, so I was having to memorize scripts, so that took up a lot of my time, because who has time to memorize a script and read a book? Right. And, you don't want that book getting in the way of your script.
You don't want it to mess it up
in
your head.
So I think I just lost that, and then, I just never got back into it. I still read. Like, sometimes I think, oh, yeah, I did read this book during that time, or I read this book. Right. But it hasn't been since the podcast that I have started getting back into reading. And I'm really,
into gear.
And so I'd say reading's always been a part of my life.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
But the podcast is more recently putting it as a new priority.
Yeah.
Or renewed priority.
Renewed.
Yeah.
I like that. Another thing was I tend to forget a lot of like my memories as a child. I don't remember a lot. But my mom used to read a lot too. And I mean, I don't think she would ever she never made me read, but I did always see her reading, and I also wanted to read. But I never read as much as I like to. Every time somebody talks about how they read so much as a child, I'm like, oh, I wish I had done that. Like, I did read every now and then, but I wasn't as in it as like some people were as children, and I'm so jealous of that. I wish I could have just been into reading so much more then, but I mean, I am now, so whatever. Third question. In your opinion, what makes a good book a good book? What is the main aspect in a book that grabs your attention and gets you hooked? Pick something besides the cover, Brooke. Dang, girl. Oh, man. A book's got to be written well, first of all.
Yeah.
If it's like bad writing style, it's probably not going to catch you.
Right.
It's got to be well written off the bat for me to enjoy it, to want to keep reading. But I think what makes a good book is just a lot of it's timing for picking up a certain book. I mean, you could read a book at a certain point of life and it not be the time that you would have enjoyed it, you know? I don't know. It just depends on the genre, too. Characters might have to be lovable. That's all very subjective. That's a great question, though, by the way. But it's all very subjective. What makes a good book a good book?
I agree, because that's why there are so many books of different genres, because what you enjoy is different from what I enjoy, which is why she asked that question.
Right.
Because she might have a different reason that a book might catch her attention or whatever, and other listeners might also have a different reason. For me, if there's some kind of question that is asked at the beginning of the book, whether it's an actual question that's asked out loud or it's something that happens and there's no answer for it immediately, it's the thought that somewhere in this book is going to be the answer.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I like.
Keeps you roped.
Yeah, it keeps me waiting for the next thing. With some books, it's like in one of your books in your stack over there, it's something's happening and then they go forward in time and then it comes back and then they go forward and then I should say it goes back in time, right, and then back to current events and then back in time.
I know, I love that,
and
that can be so fun to read.
It is, if, like you said, it's written well, because you can do that and then they lose the plot and it's jumbled. And it's just could be any different thing like that, as long as it ropes you in and gets you interested. It doesn't matter how they do it, really, but for me, that's it. Like some kind of question. Like in the book I'm currently reading, something happens right at the front in the prologue, and then they kind of leave that character, and you're like, what happened?
Right.
But she's going to be like the main, or not maybe the main character, but her story is going to be integral. That's why she's in the prologue. So now you're waiting to find out where she comes in and how this event actually ends. That's in the prologue. So I'm hooked because it was already action. There was a lot of action too. There was some running going on in the prologue. And it's like, okay, so what's happening? Yeah. And so, how do we get to this point in this prologue? Yeah. So, yeah.
I like that. I like when a book, when it all just comes full circle and wraps you up in the end. Yeah. All nice and snug in a book happy burrito. Yeah. And you finally get you get the closure for the rest of the book. Yes. I do like that. I like I don't want to say a good ending or a happy ending, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a good / happy ending. Yeah. And it's hard to explain.
Because Goblin certainly wasn't.
Right. But it all came wrapped around and you knew what was basically happening. I really I always can think when a good book is a good book when it just feels like home. I don't even know how else to say that.
That's why they call a cozy mystery, because it feels kind of cozy.
It's kind of nice.
Not the murder part.
Right.
But.
Well, cozy mysteries are their whole thing is that they're murder mysteries, but they're lightened. They're more relaxed. Yeah. They're not as graphic, just very chill. You don't see a lot of death and gore, and normally the person who died is somebody people want quote unquote to have been died. It's the bad person. It's the villain typically that ends up going in a cozy mystery. But man, that's such a good question, Katie. What makes a good book a good book? It just depends on how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Just depends on how it makes you feel. Like Station 11 makes me, man, think about humanity and the people I love. It's great. It's just great. Let's see. And I didn't pick a cover. So, lastly, if you could be any animal, we just took a turn. It can be mythical. What would you choose to be and why? Thanks so much if you read this, and even if you didn't. Signed, your kindred spirit, the future last Mrs. Parrish. She's engaged also. So that was really cute. And The Last Mrs. Parrish is a thriller book we both read that has like a crazy plot twist. So it's really funny that she said that. You should read it. You'd probably like it.
I should add that to my list.
Yeah. So what animal? What animal? And it can be mythical? Oh, man. I don't know. If it could be mythical, I might be a dragon.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know, real life animals, though, otters are really cute. Otters. Have you seen otters? Have you seen them hold their hands together and, like, float in the water? They're freaking adorable. That's
true.
a tough one. I was just thinking about this the other day for some reason. I don't know why.
That's funny.
Mythical, I'd probably, I guess, be a dragon. I don't know. I know I want to answer questions, but I don't know. I don't know my answers.
I'd be a horse.
Ooh, what about Pegasus?
Okay, that would be my mythical.
Yeah. Got the wings flapping.
Yes, girl.
Yeah. Shoot. Oh, I'd be a werewolf. That's what I'd be. I think I'd be a werewolf.
There you go.
Is that mythical? That's not mythical.
Yeah, it is.
Is it mythical?
Yeah.
Fantastical? Horror ridden? I don't know. Yeah, let me change my answer. I think I'd be a werewolf. Boom. Done. Thanks, Katie, for sending in those questions. That was so nice. I really enjoyed that. It took a lot of time out of our recording. So I guess we should just dive into our regular spiel.
Sounds good.
All right. Do you have any hauls?
Not really a haul. No.
Boy, oh boy, I have a haul.
All right.
Yeah, that's my haul.
It looks great.
So I'm gonna just breeze through them as quick as I can. So the first one is Blood Red by James A. Moore, which I know I've already talked about briefly in last week's episode and maybe the week before, but I technically never hauled it. I had gotten it to haul, and then I never hauled it, and then for some reason because it fit one of the prompts for last week's episode for the vampire tag, that I just picked it up and used it for that. I didn't even officially haul it.
Right.
So I'm now how many times can I say haul? I'm now hauling it.
You'll have to count that up.
So it's Blood Red by James A. Moore. I'm just going to read the back. Welcome to Blackstone Bay, Rhode Island. I already messed up. A picturesque town full of charm and beloved holiday traditions. But this Halloween... Ooh, Halloween. I didn't know this said Halloween!
You could have used it a couple times.
I could have used it. Oh my gosh. You know what? In today's Halloween, this is rather fitting. There's a chill in the air that has nothing to do with autumn. Ooh. And with it comes a murder of crows casting a shadow on each house, one by one. It's an omen of things to come, ushering in the arrival of a stranger to Blackstone Bay. A stranger with an insatiable thirst and a terrible plan for a night no one is meant to survive.
Ooh.
That sounds spooky.
That sounds so scary.
That sounds really fun. I like that. I never even read it for last week. I knew it was about vampires.
Right.
But that's all I knew. So this one is a part of my birthday book haul. So I'm just going to dive into my birthday book haul. I got these books from my family for my birthday. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's also known as International Brooke Day. I don't know if anybody knew that. International Brooke Day is October 20th. It began in 1994. So this is The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. And the reason I wanted this book was I watched a show on Netflix. First of all, it reminds me of Lost. First of all. But I watched this show on Netflix called The Island, and it's like I and then dash land.
Oh.
And how it's pitched is Lost meets Black Mirror. You've never seen Black Mirror.
I have not.
Yeah,
but I watched Lost.
That's all you need to know. But Black Mirror is sort of like technological horror-esque show.
Okay.
I always described it to somebody who was wondering that at the end of every episode it leaves you with a horrible feeling in your stomach. But it's addictive. Like you want to watch it. So that's how it's pitched. It was the show Island. And so I watched it, and this book is like something that floats up on shore while these people are on this island and they don't know why, and it just happened to be there. And since the show was trying so hard to be like Lost, I was like, well, surely this will make me feel like I'm watching Lost. The island is not as good as Lost or Black Mirror, for anybody who wants to know. It's not. If you have nothing better to do with your time and you're interested in both of those shows, I guess give it a watch. But, I mean, if I had to rate it like I do books, it'd probably be like a 2-star. Like, it's
wow,
just, it wasn't that good. But I'm sure this is good. The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne.
Yeah, Jules Verne, yeah.
So,
gotta be good.
Okay, I'm going to read the back. In The Mysterious Island, a group of men escape imprisonment during the American Civil War by stealing a balloon. Blown across the world, they are air-wrecked on a remote desert island in a manner reminiscent of Robinson Crusoe. The men apply their scientific knowledge and technical skill to exploit the island's bountiful resources, eventually constructing a sophisticated society in miniature. Oh, that's interesting. That was an interesting sentence. The book is also an intriguing mystery story, for the island has a secret. ...
Ooh.
Very Lost-esque. The next one is Murder in the Bowery by Victoria Thompson, a gaslight mystery. So it's apparently a part of a series. But this book was a book that I actually received from my great aunt in Florida when we visited her. I came home with like 4 boxes of books.
Oh, wow.
Because she wants to give them to me. So this is one of those books. But it was in a box in the living room under the piano bench. And then we got Ranger. Mm-hmm. So you can see where I'm going with this. This was one of the 2 books that he managed to chew up. So I had put it in my Amazon list and was going to get it at some point anyway. Mm-hmm. And so I got it as a gift. I'm going to read the back. Frank Malloy's latest client, Wilbert, sorry, not Wilbert, Wilbert, 2 names, is searching for his brother, a newsboy named Freddie, who runs off as soon as Frank mentions Will's name, only to be found dead a short time later. A suspicious Frank tracks down Will, who spins a tale of lust and deceit involving a young society woman named Estelle Longacre. Estelle's risky behavior took a fatal toll, but Frank can't be sure if the company she kept was to blame or if her own ruthless family had a hand in her death. Frank will need Sarah's help to discover if there is a connection between Estelle's and Freddie's deaths. Together, they must navigate an underground web of treachery to find answers. This says it's a captivating read. So the next one is Old Magic. It says extraordinary powers, a dangerous curse, and undeniable passion. And it is by Marianne Curley. So the back says, no one can fight fate alone. When Kate and Jared first lock eyes across the classroom, their connection is instantaneous. While everyone else shuns Jared as a freak, Kate's passionate belief in witchcraft helps her see him for what he truly is, someone with a powerful gift. She is fascinated by what he is capable of and undeniably attracted to him. When Jared's abilities appear to be linked to a centuries-old curse, Kate is the only one who can help him. Together they embark on a journey that transcends time and place and discover a magic that will bind them together forever. I don't remember why I wanted this. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Because I put all of these books, it's very simple to buy me a gift if you want to buy me a gift. Just ask for the Amazon book list that I have. Mm-hmm. And that's what like my mom went on there and just picked books off there, which is totally acceptable and fine. Like, that's what I want. But I can't always remember exactly why I wanted to read the books that are on my list. I just know I did.
Because it's about magic.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's a magic.
The cover's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Or pretty, I should say.
So, the next one is Necessary Lies, a novel by Diane Chamberlain. It is 1960 in North Carolina, and the lives of Ivy Hart and Jane Forrester couldn't be more different. 15-year-old Ivy lives with her family as tenants on a small tobacco farm. But when her parents die, Ivy is left to care for her grandmother, older sister, and nephew. As she struggles with her grandmother's aging, her sister's mental illness, and her own epilepsy, she realizes she might need more than she can give. When Jane Forrester takes a position at Grace County's newest social worker, she's given the task of recommending which of her clients should be sterilized without their knowledge or consent. The state's rationalization... I don't know what that means exactly. The state's rationalization is that if their clients are poor or ill or deemed in some way unfit, they should not be allowed to have children. But soon Jane becomes emotionally invested in her clients' lives, causing tension with her new husband and her new supervisors. No one understands why Jane would want to become a caseworker for the Department of Public Health when she could be a housewife and a junior league member. As Jane is drawn in by the Hart women, she begins to discover the secrets of the small farm. Secrets much darker than she would have guessed. Soon she must decide whether to take drastic action to help them or risk losing a life-changing battle. Sounds intense. I'm going to save this one for last.
Okay.
This one is, first of all, look at this cover. It is so cute, isn't it?
That is neat.
It's so calming to look at. It's so green, so pretty. It's called Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. It's a middle grade, so I'm going to read everything it says on the back. Our main character's name is Finley. It's a cute little name. Things Finley Hart doesn't want to talk about. Her parents, who are having problems, but they pretend like they're not. Being sent to her grandparents' house for the summer. Never having met said grandparents. Her blue days when life feels overwhelming and it's hard to keep her head up. This happens a lot. Finley's only retreat is the Everwood, a forest kingdom that exists in the pages of her notebook, until she discovers the endless forest behind her grandparents' house and realizes the Everwood is real, and it's in trouble. With the help of her cousins, Finley sets out on a mission to save it. But as the mysteries pile up and Finley's reality and fantasy start to collide, she realizes that if she wants to save the Everwood, she'll first have to save herself.
Ooh.
That sounds like it's going to be heartfelt. I don't know if I'm ready for heartfelt. That sounds really sweet. Like it will be really sweet.
Yeah, sounds really good.
I like the idea that she likes to create this own magical forest, and then somehow there's
It's
a
real.
forest that could be real that's magical. That sounds fun. So, this next one, An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. She wrote another book that I really liked called The Astonishing Color of After. It was a really good book. Hunter Yi has perfect aim with a bow and an arrow, but all else in his life veers wrong. He's sick of being haunted by his family's past mistakes. The only things keeping him from running away are his little brother, a supernatural wind, and a bewitching girl at his new high school. Luna Chang dreads the future. Graduation looms ahead, and her parents' expectations are stifling. When she begins to break the rules, she finds her life upended by the strange new boy in her class. The arrival of unearthly fireflies and an ominous crack spreading across the town of Fairbridge. As Hunter and Luna navigate their family's enmity and secrets, everything around them begins to fall apart. All they can depend on is their love. But time is running out, and fate will have its way. So I have one more on my birthday haul book list that was from my family, but I'm going to jump to this one, which was gifted to me by a coworker of ours.
Okay.
It was really nice of her, and I didn't expect a gift like that, and I was really happy about it. I thought it was really sweet of her to give me this. It's a book called Storm and Silence by Robert Thayer. I know it's a romance, and I know it's a spicy romance. Those are what I know. And I thought it was really funny when I opened it because a few days or a week or two before my birthday, we were just talking and she was like, "Oh, you should read this book. It's called this and it's about this." And forgive me if you're listening. I forgot what it's about, but and I thought it was funny when I opened it, it was the book. And I was like, she got it for me. This is what the back says. Freedom. That is what Lily Linton wants most in life. Not marriage, not a brood of squalling brats. And certainly not love, thank you very much. But freedom is a rare commodity in 19th century London, where girls are expected to spend their lives sitting at home, fully occupied with looking pretty. Lily is at her wit's end until a chance encounter with a dark, dangerous, and powerful stranger changes her life forever. That's all it says on the back. But I mean, obviously, they're going to fall in love. It's going to be a romance. And it's so big. It's a very big romance. And the font is really, like, it's not tiny, but it's not large.
Right.
So I thought that was really sweet of her to get me a book for my birthday. It was really nice. So this is the last one that my family gave me. And it's called The End of October by Lawrence Wright. And all I remember from adding this on the book list is that it is a pandemic book.
Oh.
So I'm hoping big things. At least I'm pretty sure it's a pandemic book. I mean, that looks
ominous.
Yeah. So this is what the back says. I'm just reading the synopsis because I don't actually know what the book is about. At an internment camp in Indonesia, 47 people are pronounced dead with acute hemorrhagic fever when epidemiologist Henry Parsons travels there on behalf of the World Health Organization to investigate. What he finds will have staggering repercussions. Halfway across the globe, the deputy director of U.S. Homeland Security scrambles to mount a response to the rapidly spreading pandemic leapfrogging around the world, which she believes may be the result of an act of biowarfare. And a rogue experimenter in man-made diseases is preparing his own terrifying solution. As already fraying global relations begins to snap, the virus slashes across the United States, dismantling institutions and decimating the population. With his own wife and children facing diminishing odds of survival, Henry travels from Indonesia to Saudi Arabia to his home base at the CDC in Atlanta, searching for a cure and for the origins of this seemingly unknowable disease. The End of October is a one-of-a-kind thriller steeped in real-life political and scientific implications, filled with the insight that has been the hallmark of Wright's acclaimed nonfiction and the full-tilt narrative suspense that only the best fiction can offer. But I wanted to do this last because I think I might want to read this next.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. I'm a big... That was a good sound. I'm a
good
big
sound.
mood reader, even if I make, like, TBR piles,
Mhm.
and I'll feel confident when I make them, and, like, I want to read them, and I want to read them in that order, but I'll get, like, 2 books in, and I'm like, nah, I want something different. They, like, go completely opposite. We'll see. But I think I want to read that next, because it's a pandemic book, and I just, and it's the end of October.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the end of
Yeah.
October as well.
You should start it today.
I should, shouldn't I? Oh, man. That was my book haul. That was a journey, and we're at the end of the book haul. All right, Becky.
I don't have a book haul, but I did get some fun stuff in the mail today, or this week. Not in the mail. It was delivered by
I gotta
Amazon.
know. That's
I
the
did
mail.
some Amazon ordering. I got my fireplace,
Ooh, yeah.
and I put it together with the help of Ella,
Oh,
because Emma was asleep.
that was
and
nice of her.
She not only did a good job, she wanted to help.
That's good.
Like, she said, "Mommy, can I please help you?" And I was like, "Yes."
Of course you can.
It took a lot longer than it probably should have, but I feel confident that the directions weren't very good.
Okay.
I don't think it was me. I think it was the directions.
Yeah.
You know, like when directions try to make it only pictures and they use as
And they
few
think
words
it's
as
so
possible.
simple.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
I'm
not.
looking at the picture and I'm going, huh. And I'm looking at the parts and I'm going, I think this is how it goes. And I did a couple things backwards before I realized that they were backwards.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's not how it goes. And then I was trying to figure out how to put the heater part onto the stand. And I had the thingy upside down. So I put it on. I was like, it took me a long time to figure out it slipped on. Like, I was thinking you screwed it in. I was like, the screws are not long enough. This doesn't make sense. But then when I slipped it on, it still didn't, the bottom part that you do screw on didn't match. And so I was like, something's wrong. So the thing was on upside down. So I flipped it over. And as soon as I slid it on, I was like, oh, this makes more sense.
Yeah.
I think it took me an hour to put it together.
A
It probably
learning
should have
journey.
taken like 15 minutes.
Really?
It took me an hour. But we
An
turned
hour
it
seems
on.
good. Uh-huh.
We turned it on, and we had it set last night with the wood. The faux wood looked orange, and then the flame behind it looked orange. But we played with it. It was green. We had them on green, and then we had it on multicolored. And we're like,
Aw.
we can't wait for it to be cold.
Yeah.
And then, like, you can have the flames on and no heat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in June, I can have
Aesthetic
a fire.
purposes. Come on. A good background for your reading.
I'm like, I can't wait to turn this on even without the heat.
I know.
So that was fun. And then my monitor and my keyboard and everything came. So I took my dad's computer home and I hooked it up last night as well. Only my mouse doesn't work. That came with the keyboard. So the computer screen comes up and you can see everything, but you can't do anything because you can't use the mouse.
Right.
I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. Now I got to go buy another mouse. And the stand to attach the, what did I just call it? Monitor. To attach the monitor to the stand doesn't actually have a back plate, and it's supposed to. Like, the picture shows a back plate, and there's 4 screws that came with it that screw into the monitor, and the plate is supposed to attach to that. There's no plate. So the monitor
Wow.
is only attached to the stand by 2 screws, and I'm like, this seems dangerous.
Huh.
I'm not sure. It's so precarious, and I'm so scared the cats will knock it over something. But it's standing up.
They didn't send you the back plate? That's
No,
so weird.
Very weird. So if anything happens and it falls off, I'm gonna ask my brother if he can help me like rig it, find a back plate from somewhere else or something. He welds, so he could probably just make me a back plate.
Probably.
But yeah, so I got my computer, I got my fireplace.
Exciting.
Oh, and my big TV came.
Yay.
It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. I'm so excited.
That's fun.
So I'm hoping my brothers can put it up above the fireplace for me on Sunday.
Yeah.
That part I don't want to do myself because I'm fairly confident that I would definitely screw that up and it would probably just fall right off the wall.
I will definitely break the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so exciting.
It's coming together over there for you.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
My house is going to be so nice.
I love that. Okay, so our next thing that we always do, haven't done in 2 weeks. Drum roll, please. That's my drum roll. Have you finished anything since we last did our normal spiel?
I don't think I finished. We're almost finished with what we're reading.
Okay.
We're going to finish it this afternoon on the way back to the house.
Yeah.
Want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay.
Okay, so this is our audiobook that we're listening to. And it is called Wait Till Helen Comes.
Oh, you're listening to her?
Yes.
I want to read that. It's the title,
good.
man. That title roped me in.
It's good. And I think it's a middle grade book.
It's on Scribd?
Yeah.
I know that screen anywhere.
Yep. It's on Scribd. So it says, the title is Wait Till Helen Comes, a ghost story, written by Mary Downing Hahn and narrated by Ellen Grafton. And Ellen Grafton sounds like a little girl. She actually sounds like she's a little girl. So I looked up to see what other books that she's read on Scribd, because I'm like, maybe we would like to listen to another book read by her.
Yeah, right.
I've been enjoying her voice.
Yeah.
And she reads, I learned how to make a list on Scribd. I didn't even know. So I made an Ellen Grafton list, and she has books about dragons that she reads.
Oh.
And that's one reason why I saved them to talk about them, because I was like, Brooke might like these.
Yeah.
One is called Dragon Quest by Donita K. Paul. Actually,
familiar.
they're all by Donita K. Paul. Dragon Quest, Dragon Fire, and Dragon Light. So I'm guessing that's a series.
Yeah.
And she reads all three of them.
Fun.
And then I also saved some titles by Mary Downing Hahn, because this book is really well written.
Right.
And I read some posts. I think this is older. Like, it seems like it takes place in the 70s, based on the timeline that was kind of gone over, but it doesn't really say what year it is. But some of the people in the comments said, I remember reading this when I was a kid, and it was really good and really spooked me out and stuff like that. So I looked up a couple other titles, and she has one called The 13th Cat and The Girl in the Locked Room. Those sound like good titles.
Those sound very freaky.
Yes.
They sound vaguely familiar too, but
Really?
I don't know. I know I've not read them, but maybe I've heard somebody else talk about them.
Right.
I'm not sure.
I'm in chapter 5. I told you this earlier, of a 96 chapter book.
Mind you.
We started Run, Rose, Run, or I should say I started Rose, Run, Run. And Run, blah, 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 blah.
I know, that's hard.
Run, Rose, Run.
Yeah.
And so at the bottom of the book, it says, album of 12 original Dolly Parton songs from the novel. So I looked up on Spotify this album.
Yeah.
And I listened to it one day
That's
on my
so
way to
cool.
work. And then I got there like halfway through the album, so I listened to the rest of it while I was opening the store. It was okay. I wouldn't say it's Dolly's best work.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of songs that just really, they were like, eh. But it was good. I mean, it was a decent album. If you like Dolly Parton, you probably would like it. I did want to mention too, while I have the microphone, when we were talking about Goblin, we kept referring to this character in one of our favorite novellas as Robert. And
that's the first one, first novella.
And my 9-year-old was so mad at me. Mom, his name is not Robert, it's Richard.
She probably got tired of it because I was dead set.
You said a lot, and she was listening. She was so upset. She actually listened to me read that novella to her. So she, she was like, no.
Oh, no, it's the bold truth. You open up the first novella. There it is. It's Richard. It's not Robert. I don't know what we were thinking.
So I needed to make a correction because we were definitely very secure in our thought that his name was Robert.
And, like, neither of us made each other feel like his name was Robert. Like, we both just thought his name was Robert, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I forget who said it. One of us said Robert, and we're like, yeah, Robert.
It was probably me. Just listen back. Roll back the tapes. It was probably me. I say the wrong names all the time.
It was so funny.
And I was like, oh, duh, that's his name.
She was so mad.
Yeah, rightfully so.
So I was like, well, just in case Josh Mallerman ever listens.
I actually do like your books. I don't know what my problem is. That's so funny.
And the other thing I want to talk about, because I actually meant to talk about it on another podcast, but my daughters both have TikTok accounts, and they both have about 3,000 followers. Well,
nice.
I think Emma has 3,000 and Ella has 2,000.
Nice.
And so Emma's been like pumping up our bookcast to her TikTok friends, and she said she's got about 50 of them who have either listened or want to listen.
Okay.
So I wanted to say hi.
Welcome.
To Emma's friends and say thank you for listening. And
we appreciate that.
And I wanted to give a shout out to Emma for spreading the news about our podcast.
Yeah.
So
that's really nice of her.
And I think that's all I really have in my notes to talk about.
Yeah, I think we have like 11 TikTok followers. So you didn't really finish anything, but those are just what you're reading.
Yeah, we're so close. Like
that's
I said,
fun.
today we'll be done with the one.
Okay, well, I finished quite a lot.
Okay.
Quite a lot, actually. I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7 books.
Wow.
Since we last
That's awesome.
talked
Okay, I'm excited. Let's
about
go.
everything. One of them, I won't really count, I guess, because it's just Goblin. We had a whole episode about it. So, but that is technically, I never include. So technically, I finished Goblin. I just never, mentioned it as a finished book of mine.
Right.
But we all know I finished Goblin because of the book club. So, Goblin. The first one I finished would actually be The Sandman,
Okay.
Act 1 on Audible. It was all right. It was good. It was very, and they say it, very not for kids. It's very intense.
Heard.
It is, though, very magical and very absorbing. The quality is very, very well done. The story is I didn't think that was too interesting. It was interesting enough for me to listen to the whole thing, but I was like, I mean, there's like 2 more on Audible already, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to them. I don't know. Like they had like really pretty well known actors as the characters in each of the audiobooks. So I mean, I don't know. If you love Neil Gaiman, then yeah, definitely listen to those. But I mean, they're also graphic novels first. So I'm sure I've thought about maybe getting the graphic novels. Maybe I'd like those a little bit more. But I don't know what it was. I just didn't care. Like it was entertaining enough, held my attention for the whole audiobook, but it just wasn't as interesting as I wanted it to be, I guess. But it was fine, and I finished that. So boom, done. Then I finished Goblin, like in order. I finished The Sandman, then I finished Goblin. Not going to talk about Goblin. then I finished Lock Every Door. Lock Every Door. I tried to say it away from my microphone. Yeah.
And how was that?
It was good. I know nobody knew I was reading Lock Every Door unless they followed me on Instagram, because I didn't start it until after we recorded a normal episode, and then I didn't finish it until like we were recording not normal episodes, so like I never talked about it. Becky got me to read Lock Every Door. She said it was really good. She said I was going to really like it. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to do it because I have it. I have the book, so I may as well.
And did you really like it?
It was good. It was pretty good.
It wasn't her favorite.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it was my favorite thriller, but it was decent. It was pretty good. I hear Riley Sager is really good. So there's another book I actually got, my friend Katie. I actually got her one that's called Home Before Dark, I think. And I think it's like a supernatural thriller. I'm not sure. So I think I will be interested in reading that, seeing how that goes, because I did like it enough. Lock Every Door was pretty good. I wanted more creepy.
I kind of did too.
I wanted more creepy. I wanted more stuff that was weird happening in the apartment when she wasn't around. Yeah. Like I wanted her to come back and be like, stuff has moved.
Yeah,
you know,
I
or like to
thought
hear
that he led you to think that there was going to be more than there was.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
So I wanted more creepy. I wanted more like, what is happening? Something is happening when she's not looking in this apartment.
Yeah.
And I wanted more like, somebody's in the next room, but she can't, and can't see, but by the time she gets there, they're gone. I wanted more like really unsettling stuff.
Yeah.
And after a little bit, you had a few creepy moments in the apartment. But then after that, it was like,
nothing.
Okay, now straight to the actual plot.
Right.
Like, she's just in this apartment. This is just like the middleman almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was good. I really liked, I hope this doesn't spoil it. I really liked how it was, had a lot of, the movie Get Out, a lot of those vibes. I really did enjoy that aspect of it. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of fun.
I will say that you and Emma both kind of figured out some stuff. And I was totally, when Emma said, I don't trust this person, I was like, oh, come on. There's nothing wrong with this person. And then you guys were right. And I couldn't even tell you, like when you said you suspected that person, I was like, she's right, but I can't tell her.
Too good to be true. That's what it was. Too good to be true. I didn't trust anybody though.
Yeah,
and
you
there
did
was
tell me that.
Come the ending, I was like, okay, I could have trusted this handful of people. I was like, I didn't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. How I wanted to pitch it was Get Out plus Archive 81. Both of those, well, that movie and that show, that's sort of very much what Lock Every Door made me think of. So if anybody has watched those, you'd probably enjoy it. It was pretty good. It's a quick read too. Like you could read this in one sitting if you really wanted to. It was really quick.
If you had nothing else to do.
Yeah. I think I gave it 4 stars, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did you finish?
I finished a very weird audiobook. I finished a book called Follow Me to Ground. Where is it? There it is. Follow Me to Ground by Sue Rainsford. It was only 4.5 hours of audio, and I think I finished it in the span of 2 days. It was really weird. and sometimes that's good. Like, I don't mind weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it's just weird just to be weird, it's like, I don't really enjoy it. If it's weird, but there's a reason,
right,
and it really helps with the plot, and and the characters are still likable,
right,
then it's like, okay, that's fine. I don't care that I don't care that it's weird. But like when it's just odd and weird, I don't know.
It was too much, huh?
Yeah, it was so. I don't know if I can even roughly sum it up. Let's see. It was just weird. It's labeled as magical realism also, which I really like magical realism, but like this was just odd. It follows this father and daughter who are not necessarily human beings. They're like more with nature kind of beings. They have the ability to like heal people. They call human beings that come to them to get healed, they call them cures. And how they heal them is they'll just like figure out what's wrong with them. They'll get like what like you're at the doctor's telling them what's wrong. The symptoms. Thank you. And then they'll say, okay, let me go inside. And they put you to sleep, and they very cleanly cut you open.
Oh,
and like
I thought you were gonna say they inhabited them. Let me go inside. I was like, whoa.
And they look inside your body. It's a very detailed book. So like, if like body horror stuff is something that makes you uncomfortable, probably don't read this. But because it's really detailed. But they just go in, they look at your body, they see what's wrong, they either fix what's wrong with you, or no, that's just what they do. They fix what's wrong with you. And normally they say, I guess they call it sickness, negativity, whatever. It's normally like just a black mass inside your body. And they just take it out and they close you back up and you wake up and it's fine. But like, sometimes when they heal people, they have to do more extreme measures and they have to bury them in the ground. But like they're totally fine. They're alive. Like everything's fine, but they're just buried in the ground. Like that's a part of their healing process. It's odd. It's an odd book. You would not like it.
It sounds creepy.
And
I don't think I'd want to be healed in the ground. Right.
So the daughter is basically the apprentice of the dad who is in charge of their little healing business. Mm-hmm. They're old too. Like they're like hundreds of years old, but they age much slower. Mm-hmm. So they've seen people in this village. They've seen generations of them and healed generations of them. And she starts to like develop feelings for a boy. And so that really is where the story like takes off from, is her realizing that she wants to be with this boy like for the rest of her life. And she makes decisions based off of that. Oh. Decisions that completely alter her relationship with her father, their business, everything. And it's very, very weird.
Interesting.
It was okay. And I wanted more from it though, also. Like, maybe it's because it was so short. It maybe, I don't know, maybe it was too short, I guess. It could have been a little bit better and a little more, like, thought out with the weirdness. Right. Then I wouldn't have thought it was so weird. Odd. I was trying not to say weird again. What did I give it? I think I gave it, and this was generous, I gave it a 3-star.
I thought you were going to say 2 stars.
No, I was thinking I was thinking of giving it 2.5, but I just was like, no, it's fine. It's okay. The power that I have right now, I'll just give it 3. You're welcome, book. It was odd. It was an odd book to listen to. So I finished that, and then the next one was another weird short audiobook called Comfort Me with Apples, written by Catherine M. Valente. And this book was weird, but it was less weird. Does that help? So, I know you haven't. Have you ever watched the movie Mother?
No. Why am I scared just listening to that title?
Let's see. I know people out there have seen Mother. It's Mother with an exclamation point at the end. It's a 2017 horror/thriller movie. I don't remember why or how, but when we were on a group chat on Facebook with one of our coworkers/friends/listeners, hello, we started randomly talking about books like where babies were eaten or something.
Yeah, I remember this. I knew exactly where you're going. Yeah.
And that's the movie I had watched that had a baby get eaten.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see it, but like, you know what's happening. So, but Mother is a very weird movie. and I can't even really explain what it's about. It's supposed to be like a retelling of a biblical retelling almost.
Okay.
This woman wakes up in this house, and I don't know if I think she's supposed to be humanity.
Okay.
And you meet her husband, who is God.
Okay.
And then people come and go for their house, like Cain and Abel come, and like all these different, like you just touch on all these biblical stories. And I guess I shouldn't spoil how the ending goes, but it's just weird. She never leaves this house. She starts to get this feeling of dread and loneliness, and she doesn't understand like why she can't leave. She doesn't understand where her husband goes, who is actually God. And it's just a very unsettling, odd movie.
Mm-hmm.
This book, Comfort Me with Apples, is almost like the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, like Mother is like a retelling of multiple biblical stories.
Mm-hmm.
Comfort Me with Apples is just a retelling of Adam and Eve.
Okay.
And it's a little weird.
Wait, who eats the baby?
I don't remember. It was a group effort. There's a party. They end up having a party in the movie, and I don't remember which story it's referencing, but...
Well, I know that there's a siege. I don't know that it happens in the scriptures, but I know that no, it does. There's a siege of a city,
That's
and
probably
people
it.
resort to eating their children because they're starving.
That's probably it. And at that point in the movie is when, like, it's hitting the fan. And, like, you're getting to the end. You're, like, really plowing downhill 90 miles an hour to the end. It goes nuts. And that's what this book made me think of that movie, like, so much because of how, like, similar they were.
Mm-hmm.
But this book is just Adam and Eve. And it starts off really interesting. Like, she just wakes up, and she's just in total happiness, total bliss, like, she doesn't question everything. She's like, oh, I'm perfect. I was made for him.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts talking to her friends. Her friends are over for tea, and their names are like Mrs. Lion, Mrs. Fish. And you're like, those are weird names. And you're like, wait, are they animals? Like, you don't... Maybe it was a spoiler to say it's an Adam and Eve retelling. But, oh well. Oh well. I'm doing it anyway. Because you start to get that vibe,
right?
But it's not really technically revealed until later on, but you're like, Mrs. Lion, Mrs. Fish, Mrs. Mink, Mr. Hare, like, you know, it's just, and it was weird. It was okay though until the ending was just odd, and it might be controversial to, like, I mean, it's already going to be controversial to Christians, so, like, if you think of it from that standpoint, but it's just odd. Might not agree with the ending. But it was all right. It was an okay listen. I think I gave it probably 3 stars also.
Moving on.
Yeah, I gave it 3 stars also. It was just weird. I just listened to 2 really weird audiobooks. And yeah. So then I finished The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This was pretty good. This was scary. It was unsettling. It's Native American horror.
Right.
And I don't know if it's fair to say that it because I've never read anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I don't have much else to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope it's not offensive. But, like, it made me think of, like, Japanese horror. Like, just how different and unsettling it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Grudge and The Ring. Like, it just made me think of how creepy it is, I guess. Like, and how dark and paranormal it is. But it was really good. I was technically wrong when I said that I was still in, like, this is, like, 3 or 4 stories inside of this. Okay. It's all a part of the same plot line, but it's different point of views in each of the stories. And I was only in the first one, and I had said that this guy, I think all of them leave. It was about 4 men. They go on this hunting trip, and they do something ritualistically wrong and immoral. Oh. And it comes back to haunt them later on. But I had said that you're only following this one guy, and I'm pretty sure all 4 of them left the reservation. That was incorrect. You follow all 4 of them at some point, but 2 of them left the reservation, 2 of them did not, and that plays a big part in, like, the last 2 stories. But it was really good. I thought it was really good for spooky season. It made me think of Get Out, the movie, because of the antlers on the front. But I can't say deer antlers because it's an elk, so there's a difference.
That's true.
Yeah, it was really good. I think I gave it 4 stars, if anybody's keeping track. Yeah. 4 stars. I don't know. It's probably the second scariest book I've read. I don't think it's not topped Bird Box. It's in its own little area though, for sure, in my heart. Yeah. So I finished that. And then the last one I finished
Oh, you read it.
The last one I finished was Halloween Party by Agatha Christie, a Hercule Poirot mystery. That rhymed. Yeah, I wanted to read it. I started it Saturday on the way to the Drift event, and then I finished it this morning.
Wow.
Because I was like, you know what? I want to read it for Halloween.
Right.
And I'm not going to read it after Halloween. So I'm going to finish it on Halloween. And I did it. And it was good. I'm always satisfied with Agatha Christie. I think it'd be difficult to not be. She just, she has such a good way at, like, writing these people where you start to get your own ideas, but, like, she never actually lets you figure it out, is what I feel like I've noticed in all of the books I've read so far, which that's only my 5th one. But so far, every time I would try to think, who did this? Like, the whole time you're like, how is this going to tie together? And then she does it. And you're like, yep, I like it. Good job. So those are all the ones I read.
I forgot to say we did DNF a book. That's probably why.
I wanted to ask you about that. Okay.
It's probably why we didn't finish the one we're reading, because we didn't start it first. We started a different one.
There's a specific reason I wanted to ask you that.
Okay. What was your reason?
Can I guess what it was?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to think of the right name. I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's that by?
That is by Lane Reed.
Okay, I thought so. Because I started, this ties into what I'm currently reading.
Okay.
I'm currently listening to an audiobook on Scribe called Foe, a novel, F-O-E, Foe, like an enemy, written by Ian Reed.
Oh.
Yeah. And I saw, you said Ian, right? That's how his name is? Is it Ian?
Well, I thought it was Lane.
I don't know. I think that's an I.
Is that an I?
I feel like that's an I.
Oh, you might be right. You might be right, because it's capitalized, not lowercase.
Yes, and that's
what a ding dong.
Nah. So I started that audiobook, and I was just scrolling on something else, and I stumbled across, and I've wanted to read I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reed.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you DNF'd it, but
I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's actually kind of slow moving.
Okay.
But that's not why I DNF'd it.
Uh-huh.
It has a lot of bad language in it.
Yeah.
And I don't use bad language, and I don't like to read things or watch things with it.
Yeah.
We don't get political or religious on this show.
Right.
For a reason.
Yeah.
But I was raised, David in the Bible said, I will set no evil thing before mine eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised to not watch things that are sinful in nature or, quote unquote evil.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have that belief system where I don't watch or listen to things that you always hear what goes in is what comes out.
Yeah.
So I try not to put things in my mind that I don't want to come out. So if I read something or watch something, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then when I have my children,
that's a whole nother.
It's like another
reason.
level.
Yeah.
And so, because I'm trying to raise them the same way, that we don't listen to this because we don't want to speak that. Mm-hmm. We don't watch this because we don't want to think that. And so I think we met our meter, we filled our meter for bad language. We even actually quit watching The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, no.
And we haven't moved on to The Haunting of Bly Manor. And it's just because of the language.
Yeah.
We're effed out, Yeah. The F word, there's just too much of it.
It can be exhausting.
It is.
Yeah.
And, if you don't mind reading those things, you would probably enjoy I'm Thinking of Ending Things, because I feel like it was starting to pick up more, finally coming to the point where you're supposed to be in the book where we left it. It did start off really slow.
Yeah.
And this girl's kind of flaky. I said that to Ella. I was like, this girl's flaky.
Yeah.
Crazy's harsh. She is just, some stuff happened, I guess. And it makes her, I think, purposefully not want to be in a lasting, committed relationship. And so before she starts dating, she's already in her mind moved on. Really, she's not going to date someone for a long time because that's not what she wants in life, I don't think, just based on the little bit that I read. And so she's flaky. I kind of like her character. She's a little quirky, but like I said, it was slow moving. It was hard to really get into.
That can be hard for an audiobook too.
Yeah. And then with just the bad language, I'm like, it's hard to get into, and it's got bad language on top of that. It was just maybe
just not worth it.
If it had already been quick moving and interesting,
yeah,
I might at least have finished it even with the bad language. I might have finished it on my own without the girls. But both of them combined, it was just I wasn't interested.
It was just it just turned you off completely. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Now I can look past bad language depending on how good the story is, depending on and then how much it is too. I don't really think it's necessary to have customers, to have characters cursing left and right like sailors all the time. Like, it's just not necessary for the story, and I get it. They cuss.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah.
I understand. And especially if it was slow burning, too. I just thought it was so funny that, and I had known you had already DNF'd it, I think, but I was like, both of us had started an Ian Reid book at the same time. I thought that was so really funny. But
how is yours going?
There's some cursing. It's not crazy. It's okay.
There was a sex scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is also a sex scene in this one, but it's not graphic.
I was like, Emma, don't listen.
Yeah. It's not very graphic. It's just sort of like there. It just happens.
I don't think it was really graphic in this one either, but it was more than what I wanted her to hear.
Yeah, like I think it would be pushing it on this one for like Emma's ears. You know, it's okay. It starts off really solid, really solid. It starts off with this married couple. They just live out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, which is ideal. And they're just in their kitchen, and they just see a car come up their driveway, and they're like, "This is weird."
Yeah.
As you would. Like, we don't get visitors. This is odd. And I like the feeling of seclusion that you get while listening to this book. I like the odd. See, this is okay weird. Yeah. This is okay weird. The other two were just weird. Not okay. This is weird, and you don't know what's going on at first. And there's just like an ominous layer on top of everything. You're like, what's happening? And then you find out what's happening, and you're like, okay. So now it's sort of starting to die for me, but now I'm nearing the end. I only have like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Think. So like it's starting to wrap up, and at the rate that it's wrapping up, I don't know if I like it. Oh. I guess it could go either way. It started off really solid. The middle got a little, it's fine, I guess. So it really just depends on how it ends.
Yeah.
But this guy they draw this lottery. And by lottery, like Shirley Jackson lottery kind of thing.
Okay.
Where you don't get a choice in the matter. This is just a random pick of the population. But congratulations, sir.
Yeah.
You have been picked against your will to start to colonize space.
Right.
And they have to go live, not they, it's only him. They're taking him away from his wife. Yeah. I was like, I could handle it if I had to go with Austin.
Right.
But alone? No.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. And so he's like having to deal with that. It's very traumatic. It's very weird how this guy just like plants himself in their lives. And basically he was assigned to help them transition through this troubling time. It's just odd. And I don't know. It's at this turning point where you think you know who the foe is, but now you're like, okay, what's really going on?
Right.
Who's the real enemy here? So it's kind of interesting. I just hope it ends with a bang, I guess.
Yeah.
With a solid bang. But that and technically The Turn of the Screw are the only things I'm reading.
You're still reading Turn of the Screw?
Yeah, I have not even bothered. If I had a physical copy, I would probably breeze through it, but it's my Kindle. And I like to read the Kindle while we're driving, so I tried to do that some on the way to the Drift event too, and on the way back. But when it's dark outside and I have dark mode on my Kindle, it's like it shakes a lot more. It's like hard to read the words.
Right.
And I'm like, this isn't as enjoyable. So I end up getting my book light out, and I started to read more of Halloween Party.
Right.
Which doesn't shake.
Right.
For whatever, because it's not on the screen, I guess. I don't know. But those are the only things I'm reading. And yeah, boom. Done.
All right. Well, is that it?
Yeah. Those are the only things you were reading?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the next thing I want to read is The End of October by Lawrence Wright, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But
I've got to start the third Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I think we might do that today.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. I think because I got all that stuff put together, we might actually have time to do some of that today.
Yeah.
Start it. So
that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
That's mine and Emma's favorite.
Yeah.
So we're excited. Well, I'm probably more excited than she is. But
I love that one.
I think she likes to read, but I think she just likes to read by herself. She's an introvert.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
I know that you and I have talked about that. I don't know that I've ever said that on the show. But she's also got social anxiety, and she just likes to be. She likes to be with me, but she doesn't really anymore. She doesn't really talk a lot, and it's weird when she does start talking a lot because I'm like, all right,
she's comfortable.
All right, But yeah, I think she just likes to read by herself. She doesn't really talk about what she reads. One day, after the podcast, she was saying, I like this and I like that. I'm like, you've read those?
Yeah.
Because she just doesn't talk to me about it.
Yeah.
And she has
Keeps
a
to herself.
Kindle. And she has a Kindle, so she just reads whatever she wants to read.
Yeah.
And goes on about her day. And she has like 2 or 3 books she's always reading at the same time, but I never know what they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I think that she just would rather do that than listen to me read and like take time out of what she's doing to come in there and listen to me read. But she's going to have to because it's time to start the 3rd one.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's it, huh?
Oh, here's a fun little tidbit. It wasn't a huge goal comparatively to other people who like to read and like really like to read, you know. But I reached my reading goal for the for my 2022 reading.
I think I saw that.
goal.
You posted that, right?
I did. I posted on Instagram and Snapchat. I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, right. Get with the times, Becky. No,
I think I'm too old for Snapchat.
It's perfectly acceptable that you don't have a Snapchat. Snapchat is not a priority. Yeah, I posted on Instagram too. And my goal for this year was 60 books.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, from updating Goodreads, I'm at 62 is what it tells me.
Yes.
But yeah, what was my 60th one? I can't remember now. I thought it was Lock Every Door, but I think I was wrong. I think it was Follow Me to Ground, and that's sad. Sad that was my 60th book. So I had the goal in 2019. I had a goal of I don't know if I either didn't have a goal or I had a goal of 20,
mm-hmm.
and I did 19. I thought it was funny because it was 2019 and I read 19 books. That sounds like such a small number. And then in 2020, I said I'm going to read 30 books, and I read like 34 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to make, what was it? Shoot, I don't remember. Hold on. View past challenges. 2020. Yeah, 2020, I was going to read 30 books, and I read like 34 or something. And then in 2021, I was going to read 40 books, because I was like, 10 more, I can do that. We can do that. And I read 52 books, and that was nice. And then, so I'm hoping I can get a lot, is what I'm saying. I feel like there was something else I was building up towards there, and it just didn't happen. So yeah, I don't know how many I'm gonna.
Are you gonna try to increase your goal for next year from? 60?
Oh, that's what it was. I was going to only do like 50 books for last year, but one of my friends was like, 50? Crank it up, sister. So that's why I did 60.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm probably gonna do like 80's my goal for next year.
Oh my.
You know, there's people that like read like 200 books a year.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I wish I was you.
I wish I could read more than I do.
Yeah.
But geez, I don't even know if I want to read that many books in a year.
Really? Yeah.
I think 1 a week is good.
1 a week is good.
Or maybe even 2 a week.
Yeah.
But that would equal 100.
Right.
Reading more than that, that's
pushing
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All they do is read.
Right. Yeah. That's all I do. There was someone at work. He was like, how many books do you think you read, Brooke? And I was like, what do you mean? You gotta be more specific than that. He was like, seems like you read like 200 books or whatever. And I was like, honestly, I haven't read more than 300 probably since I've been alive. Probably. Like, because I really used to not read very much.
Right.
Like, I really hunkered down these past few years.
She's dying.
And I was like, really? I don't think I've read more than maybe 200. Like, that's...
Altogether.
Yeah, honestly. And now thinking that, it's like, oh, that's such a tiny number. So, yeah, that was all I had.
All right. So, this is it, huh?
I guess so.
All right, guys. So, don't forget to check out the show notes. And there's going to be a lot of them this week.
Yeah, I'm going to cut this sucker down.
We talked about a lot of books today, but I hope that you enjoyed it.
I'll try. I'm going to North Carolina this weekend.
Okay.
So I'll probably buy a book or two, but I'm going to try not to bring home a lot.
Okay.
Because I'm flying also.
So you're going to have another haul.
I will have another haul, but it won't be that big. Probably. Last time I went there, I drove, but last time I went there, I came home with like 18.
Wow. Wow. Austin's like, please don't carry that many on the plane.
I can't. I'm not going to be that person.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So don't forget to check out the show notes. And, of course, if you haven't checked him out yet, check out the Sideways Sheriff. He's our sponsor. He's great. Also, if you missed it last week. It'll be last week by the time you listen to this.
Yeah. I have that trouble sometimes.
We have shirts in the works.
Yeah.
And we are going to be posting pictures if we haven't already. Have you posted any pictures yet? Me either.
I got to get it together, man.
I think I'm going to get the girls. I only have one shirt, and I think Brooke only has one shirt.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it on the girls, not at the same time. It's not that big. And I'm going to post a couple different pictures. And Emma's face might be obscured because she doesn't want to be on camera. But I'll post a couple pictures of that. And then I forgot to bring you your locket from my sister.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So my sister bought us matching lockets. And so I'll give you yours tomorrow.
Okay.
But we can post pictures of those on Facebook and Instagram too.
Are we going to put little tiny book covers of our favorite books in there?
We can. On the inside, it's got an H and a B for Happily Booked.
Oh my gosh.
I opened it up to see.
I didn't know that. That's so sweet.
So, so we'll probably post some pictures of our lockets. So just check out Instagram and Facebook. We're going to try to, post more often. But like Brooke said, she stays busy.
I'm going to try to catch up today.
And once I get the computer fully running, maybe I can start helping. But her mom is doing the shirts for us, and she's wanting to do merch for us. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have lots of merch. Maybe next year we'll be able to start actually selling some merch. That'd be cool. And then maybe we'll also have like 200 listeners next year.
No, it's crazy. Next year's just right around the corner.
I know.
Ooh.
Hopefully we'll increase our followers.
Yeah.
So anyway, just check us out. Look at the show notes. And thank you, Kindred Spirits, for listening every week. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. Until next time, stay happily booked.